there could be a good side to inflation. Hi, what is up? Keith Wilson here, spreading a wealth of information. Thanks for stopping by, taking your time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. Now, I want to talk about inflation. And lately, there's been a lot of talk about inflation as really we've seen a big jump with the cost of goods and services. And it's really hitting everyone pretty hard. I mean, recently I filled up my truck with gas and paid like $100 to fill up the tank. So this inflation spike is hurting. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, inflation has been rising steadily each month. And in June, it hit 6.12% compared with last year. Well, while this is it's not fun for anybody, but it could mean somewhat good news for people on Social Security. So each year, Social Security benefits are adjusted and increase. They increase as inflation increases, right? So this is called the cost of living adjustment, or COLA, C-O-L-A. But, before 1975, there was no set adjustment to benefits. Any increase to Social Security benefits was really just at the whim of Congress and, hey, if they felt like it or not. But that all changed in 1975, and adjustments are based on what is called the CPIW, which stands for Consumer Price Index for workers or wage earners. So if we look at the Social Security website, we will see that the last time there was a cost of living adjustment above 5% was in 2008. And since 1990, there have only been 2 times the adjustment was over 5%. And there have been years where there was no adjustment at all. So now, just because in June the inflation rate was, over 6%, doesn't necessarily mean that in 2022 you will see an increase of that amount in your Social Security check. So here's the way it works. The way it works is Social Security will look at what the third quarter inflation amount was and base the increase on that amount. So it really doesn't matter about January through June and October through December, just the third quarter. And we won't know the actual adjustment until later in the year. Now, some folks have said, you know what, it's not fair to base the adjustment on the CPIW because it doesn't accurately portray what retired people are spending money on, right? Sometime back, they developed something called the CPIE, which now the E stands for elderly, and it's based on people 62 years old and older. Now, I got to say, I don't like it to be called CPIE elderly. I mean, you talk to any 62-year-old today and ask if they think they are elderly, I'm sure they would say no. So, but anyway, this index is weighted towards more what seniors or retirees are spending money on. For example, it's weighted more on health care and housing than the CPIW. So some people would argue that this could give more of an adjustment in Social Security benefits if this was the measuring stick. But for now, it's all based on the CPIW. Nevertheless, here's what it really appears, that Social Security benefits should get really a nice raise next year. And although keep in mind, it's determined by the third quarter inflation rate, so things could change. But according to the Senior Citizens League, which tracks all this sort of stuff, they are forecasting a 6.1% increase next year. So we won't know until later in the year when this happens. So sit tight. But again, looks like we should get a nice increase in Social Security benefits for next year. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button below. I would really appreciate it. Remember to be wise with your money.